Hello Internet, Star Screams a Lot here, coming back at you with another video. And today I'm going to be taking a look at the Decker Ultraman figure. Now, I don't quite know the company that made this figure, so, I can't really tell you that much. But my friend got this for me for my birthday in the Philippines a while back, so that'd be a good idea to take a review of it. But first, since it's newer, I thought I should take a look at the box really quickly. Getting nice and close, you can see that there is a really nice shot of Ultraman's head. It says Decker Flash type. I guess it's Tsuburaya Productions. I probably butchered that very much. On the side, just some Japanese or Chinese stuff. I don't really know. On the back, you get product shots of Ultraman shooting his Ultraman laser move. I don't really know what it's called. Ultraman and all of his little accessories and such, and a picture of Ultraman just standing there looking cool with some lines pointing towards whatever side. It's him again. It's just some words again. Bottom, legal stuff, legal mumbo jumbo. Inside, it's empty. Figure got taken out, so we don't need to take a look at that anymore. But the star of today's show is in fact Ultraman. Why wouldn't it be? It's about him. So, I think we should start how we always do with his look and paint. Ultraman, right here, looks very nice in the face. As you can see, his face has that really nice golden crest with the galaxy kind of paint along the side. Please focus. There we go. Some sort of galaxy kind of paint on the side. I wouldn't know. I haven't watched Ultraman Decker, so I don't really know the lore behind it or anything, but I'm sure I'll get into it. It's free on YouTube, so might have to watch that. Although I do like the asymmetry, is something I should point out immediately, where this side is red, this side is silver and blue. Well, this side's silver and red, silver and blue. Then along the lower half, it is the red on the sides and the blue, the majority of it. And there's even paint underneath of his, abdomen, I guess. And the legs look really nice with all that silver paint, looking gorgeous. And on the back you got some of his, spines, I guess? I don't know. And this arm actually has some kind of, shoulder armor. That's super cool. I like the gold a lot. More of that galaxy kind of paint on the chest with a little, orb thingy there. Don't know what that is. Like I said, I haven't seen the show. But, yeah, that's just kind of his detail. He is very simple with detail. There's not a lot to point out. Aside from, shoulder armor and gold chest piece. Just it's kind of like a suit of armor. I know that's what Ultraman kind of is. It's an alien armor. Kind of like Blue Beetle, I guess. But not really. But I don't know. I think this looks way more like a suit of armor than Ultraman normally does. And actually getting a little bit closer in on the face, if we can focus, please. There we go. And never mind. It's got all that nice looking silver paint with the nice crest, as we stated earlier. But that's just it. And I should point out another thing with this, at least this is how I got it, is that he does chip in a lot of spots. Like the blue right here is chipped, silver spot right there is chipped. But that's really it. There's not a whole lot else on here that's chipped that I can tell. I don't really see anything other than those two spots. So maybe be careful if you get this guy. I don't know. And with paint and detail done, I think the next most logical step to take is accessories. Now, he does in fact come with quite a bit, as you probably saw in the box if I didn't just steamroll past it. But it comes in a nice little tray that is very, very nice. Very, very, good looking tray of accessories, I guess. So we'll take a look at each of the accessories one by one, since there's a lot You get this black bar, which I'm assuming holds this thing. Now, from what I saw when I watched like the opening of Ultraman Decker, is the human character holds this thing, and then he becomes Ultraman, I guess. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. It's also painted very well, and I don't think this thing will hold very well. So let's see if this will work though. You can see there's actually purple paint on there. Nice blue and gold accents. The handle is red on the inside. Lots of silver. It looks like a knife. It's really cool. I actually do quite like this little thing. Black bar. He also comes with a little clear plastic stand, if you can focus. Little clear plastic stand, you know, it's meant to hold the ray effect, with this piece being the base. You just kind of plug it in there, and there you go. It's a stand, just like every other stand in the universe, pretty much. And one thing that he does come with a lot of is hands. He comes with exactly two thumbs up hands, 2 fists, 2 choppy hands, 2 grabby hands. See, they grab. And 2 finger gun hands. I actually do really like these. I think they give him a lot of character. You can just do finger guns, I guess. Which, I think is really cool. I don't know what the purpose is. Does he have, like, finger guns in the show? Does he, like, shoot stuff out of his fingers? I don't know. I don't really care, though. It's still cool. Either way. And he does, in fact, come with a karate chopping hand, which isn't really for karate chopping, I guess. It serves the purpose of being the connector piece for this big laser piece. This is one of the coolest effects in my collection. In fact, it's probably the coolest effect in my collection. Aside from probably my NECA Shin Godzilla's Atomic Breath pieces, which I do really like. But hey, this is just a super cool square rectangle laser with a awesome looking edge. You just kind of plug it in like that, by the way, and bada bing, bada boom, you have a nice little laser. And he also comes with this. Don't quite know what that says. If anybody does know in the comments, please tell me. And lastly, and most certainly not least, he comes with this big sword. I mean, it's not that big. It's bigger than the blast effect. Yeah, it's bigger than the blast effect, so, you know, it is pretty big. I do actually really like this sword. I think it's super cool, super slashy. You know, it looks really nice. And you just want to plug it into the grabby hand, like so. This is just kind of how I do it. And that's it. Just kind of in the grabby hand. He can swing it around now. And that's about it. That's about all he's got for accessories. Just some effects and hands and a sword. And I actually forgot about this, but he does come with an actual stand for Ultraman himself. You just kind of gotta set him down on the stand. It's like every kind of claw stand in the world. You just plug it onto his waist, and then he stands there, looking really nice, really fashionable, looking really pretty. Oh, I should also say that these are like his neutral hands, I should say. Yeah. These are his neutral hands, these ones right here. As you can see, these are the ones that he comes in the package with. They're kind of just like light expression hands, or they could be preparing to do a karate move hands, which is, suppose I had him at the start of the video, where he's kind of like this, you know, just ready to strike you, just 1, 2, But hey. And the thing that we should do next is, applying the accessories. So we'll do the grabby hand with the sword in it because it's the closest thing I have to me right now. So what you just want to do is kind of twist the ball joint with the hand, and it'll snap off the ball joint. Really easy. And this is one of my, and then you do the same thing but reverse with another hand. Just kind of twist, and it goes on just fine. Now he's got a big sword. I haven't seen Ultraman Decker, so once again you'll have to explain to me the lore. Anybody in the comments. But it's really that simple. And that's just one of the biggest positives I have with this guy, is that it's really easy to switch out the hands. Like, I have Super Action Statue Jotaro Kujo. Oh boy, those are not fun hands to swap. I have him in using his pointing hands, and that's literally it. And it's such a refresher to have such easy hands to switch, because switching parts is always scary. But these hands are nice and simple. But yeah, it's just that with all of the other bits. Well, maybe sometimes they're too easy to pop off. I don't know. I'd rather it be too easy to pop off than too difficult. And the last thing I should show you to put on is this piece. The separate arm piece with the blast effect. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do the same thing, but to the forearm, and off it comes. And you just do the same thing again as you do with the hands, just maybe a little bit gentler this time. And bada bing, bada boom. He's got the showatch attack, as he says in classic Ultraman. I don't really know how to put him in the pose, but I do think it looks really, really cool. He just gets into position, and he does a showatch. This is probably why he has this hand, because he doesn't really have an issue standing on his own. It's just this piece makes him really top heavy. But yeah, showatch. I think that looks really, really cool. Like, wow, that effect is just so awesome. It just really, really, really compliments this guy. I don't know what other kind of pose you would even want to put him in aside from a neutral stance. But this is the pose I would probably going to keep him in if he fits on my shelf, which he probably will. And now the final thing to do, I'm just going to take this off and put on the regular arm because it's easier. Take the sword out. Last thing we have to talk about today is posability. So his posability is actually really, really good. After not having messed with a non-transforming figure in a long time, it is really refreshing to just have, a regular figure that doesn't transform, no kind of really special gimmicks. It poses well, and I like it. The head is on a ball joint, so all ball joint kind of action. You don't get a lot of tilt in the head. Not a lot of down, and no up at all because of the spike back there. He does rotate a full. Yeah, no, it just kind of stops right there, but it's enough range. Although you can't really get him in any flying poses unless you use you do that, which he does have a ball joint at the chest, so ball joint action. No rotation though. No rotation at the bottom one either, which has the same kind of rotation, so you can get him in some really dandy poses. I do not have his pointing hand, so he can't do a JoJo pose. That's upsetting. He has forwards butterfly at the shoulders and a full rotation, not a lot of out, and nothing at the bicep, unless you want to count that as motion, which I wouldn't. Double jointed elbows. These bits kind of rotate, but not really. And the hands are on a ball joint as well, so ball joint action, sword wielding wrists, the works. And next, he kicks forward about that far. That's about as far as I would have it go, and back that far, so practically a split. You can split about that far out. So, you know, pretty decent. He has a double jointed bend at the elbow, or at the knee. Why would I say elbow? I just talked about them. Yeah, it's a nice deep knee bend. And at the foot, it is another ball joint. So swivels, ups and downs, pivots. And the toe can move up, which my copies are pretty loose. Like it takes like no effort at all to just make a move. So do with this information what you will. But after all is said and done, that is Ultraman for you. As I have stated before, I do not know anything about this version of Ultraman in particular. But I do think that just this design is pretty good, and I am definitely going to take the time to watch his show. Which I think I'm going to enjoy. If I can like Gamera, and I like Godzilla, then why not Ultraman? And that's about it, everybody. Please like and subscribe if you're not. And ring that notification bell, I guess. You can do it if you want to. But yeah, that was my review of Ultraman from... And I forgot the series already. I'll add it in post. But yeah. Goodbye.